Welcome back everyone to my Let's Play of Final Fantasy V, the 4-job Fiesta for TNV Small Critter Rescue. Last episode, our party ended up getting the hiryuu plant, so now we're going to take it back to Castle Bal here and give it to the hiryuu to heal it up. But unfortunately, remember before we left on that adventure to get the hiryuu grass, we told the soldiers don't open the gate for anybody, and that includes us. So for some reason they think that we might be Exdeath's minions. Guess they figure maybe Exdeath cast an illusion spell on some of his minions, and they're trying to pose as us. So the soldiers are not going to let us into the castle. Luckily, there's a back way into the castle. We saw that when we first got to this castle. We went around the moat, and there was that hidden sword, the great sword, in the upper right corner. Well, now we're just going to head to the upper left corner here and take this passageway down into the lower corner of the castle. Instead, it reminds me of the passageway, the underground passageway in Baron Castle in Final Fantasy IV. So, we end up safely in the castle. A few soldiers have changed their dialogue. We'll see it here and talk with them. We're sorry, we were just being cautious. That's okay. He's a good king. He's like, yeah, that's cool. So, now they'll open the gates for us, so they realize that we're not Exdeath's minions, so... And Princess Cara apparently has a headache. And she's resting in the tower bedroom. Alright, well, we'll go check up on her. Some of these soldiers here on the right have some new dialogue, and they'll let us know what's going on. This guy right here, we walked right through. We've received news the King Ziza of Sergi Castle is leading a fleet of ships toward Exdeath's castle. Ziza is another one of the Warriors of Dawn. Now let's check up on Cara. Grandpa, are you alright? He's calling us. Uh-oh. Don't speak, Cara. He's calling us. Guido is calling us. Guido? Quickly, let's go talk to Guido. But who's Guido? Well, we're going to learn a little bit about Guido here. Who's this Guido she's talking about? Yeah, that's what I just asked. He is a sage who has lived for 700 years. He is the one who predicted the crystals of your world would shatter. He sounds like a powerful ally. He's calling us? He may have found a way to defeat Exdeath. Cara, get better soon. We're going to meet with Guido. Hang in there. But you'll need the hiryuu. It's alright, we brought the hiryuu plant. Really? The hiryuu's on top of this tower. Will you come with me? Yes, of course. Let's go, but where would this Guido be? Northeast of the Hiryuu Valley. It's a small island off of the continent. Alright. So we know where we need to go. We know who we need to see. Which is good because, like I said, the hiryuu is going to open up the entire world for us, and having a direction will basically keep us from wandering around and, you know, wasting time. So, yeah, we figured Prince collapsed. What's this guy have to say? Sage Guido. He reminds us where the Sage Guido is. But first we're going to need the hiryuu to get there, so let's go give that hiryuu plant to the hiryuu and get it back on its feet, or I guess back on its wings. Unfortunately, Lenna's going to have to hurt herself again, like she did with the hiryuu back in her home world. The hiryuu doesn't want to eat the hiryuu grass. Because of the weed that the hiryuu are becoming extinct, he doesn't trust it. But he has to. Hurry, if we don't make him eat the hiryuu plant, he'll die. It's like koalas and eucalyptus. They're very picky. It's safe, here, watch me eat it. So she actually starts eating the grass in front of the hiryuu to encourage it to eat. However, TNV says the hiryuu weed is extremely poisonous to humans. Remember, she got sick on the North Mountain when she just walked through the grass to get the hiryuu plant. Here she's actually eating it. But it's okay, she'll be safe. Just like in the last time the hiryuu cured her, well, she'll be healed again, but not by the hiryuu, but by Cara, who luckily has, I guess, a potion, an anti-venom potion, I guess. Good boy. And she almost passes out here. Lenna! But I guess Cara heard the commotion, even though she's downstairs in bed. She comes up and, like I said, administers that potion. Drink this. And now the hiryuu and Lenna are both back on their feet, and we'll be able to make some advancement in the plot. Actually, we're not going to make too much advancement. We're going to do a lot of talking this episode, so. You're crazy, Lenna. Yeah, she is. But that's one of her characteristics, you know, taking care of the hiryuu. Remember, it reminds her of her mother. We'll learn more about the connection between Lenna's mother and the hiryuu much later on in the game. Like I said, for now, in this part of the game, we'll just be heading back to Kelb the Werewolf Village, talk to some of the people there. We'll go talk with Guido, and then we're also going to head to Ziza's castle, Surrogate Castle. We were told that, we know that he's one of the Warriors of the Dawn, who along with Galuf, Kelber, and Dorgan, TNV's father, sealed Exdeath 30 years ago. Now he's amassing a fleet to go attack Exdeath's castle. But before we go see that fleet, we're going to go see the castle first, so. Not that there's a lot in the castle, but still, they give us some pointers about where to go, so. And, so like I said, we'll be heading there. Like I said, now the hiryuu's recovered. He recovered very quickly. I guess it's like the miracle plant. It's like Bacta in the Star Wars universe. It just like heals everything really quickly. So, time is of the essence. We can't have realistic healing here. No, instantaneous. But hey, that suits us because we're, like I said, if that one soldier below said, if we don't defeat Exdeath, the whole world's going to be destroyed. So time is of the essence. And now we have the hiryuu to get around the world and take the fight back to Exdeath. Can't fly over the mountains, so we're just going to have to fly through the little valley here. Stop here at the werewolf village. I said in the last episode that some of the werewolves have some new information, not important information, but they do say some new things. Remember they're saying that no one ever comes back from the valley of the hiryuu? Well, these guys are like, wow, can't believe you returned safely. And then other guys are going to basically say, like, you know, oh, so that's why the hiryuu going extinct, because we basically was attacking them. We can go see Kelger, see how he's doing. Unfortunately, Kelger is going to be basically bed rested for the remainder of his life. So, yeah, he wishes he could be fighting alongside us, but nope, he won't be able to. However, he does still play a role in the game, so he will come to our aid eventually. Guys, confirmed that he overworked himself. The hiryuu plant transformed into a monster. Well, that must be the one. The hiryuu are going extinct. We don't see any other hiryuu other than this one. And these guys are still praying for our safety, even though we returned safely. And we're gonna have to leave through the way we came, because if we leave through the north exit there, remember the village here is between the mountains, so we have to go back through the village again to get on our hiryuu. So let's hop on the hiryuu, head out this little passageway here, and not soon after we get out of the passage, we'll see the island where Guido is. So there it is right there. There's Guido's cave. Let's head on into it. But not long after we step on the island, we sense some disaster coming. Faris, I guess, being a pirate, can sense like things in the ocean, tides or whatever. She senses an earthquake is happening. She feels the shifting of the land, and the island starts to sink. Who could be the cause of it? Yeah, well, like I said, an earthquake. No, it's a magical earthquake. I guess Exdeath is also a Geomancer. The Geomancers can cast the earthquake spell. Well, Exdeath's casting a big earthquake spell and making the entire island sink. I guess he's that scared of Guido. All we know is Guido's a powerful sage who's 700 years old, so he doesn't know a lot of magic, so. This is what happens to those who oppose me. Exdeath's cutting the problem off with the knees. But luckily, we managed to survive the sinking of the island. Hiryuu manages to get us out of the water. And we are stuck not knowing where to go. But if we look at our map, we'll see that to the immediate west, there's another castle. And we learned a little bit about some castle, Castle Surrogate. So let's go there and see if it is Castle Surrogate. We head on in here, and it tells us that it is Castle Surrogate. You know, we don't really know that, but we'll learn real quick here from when we try to open the gates. Who are you people? Luckily, one of the guards recognizes King Galuf. This is King Galuf. What are you guys doing? This is King Galuf of Bal. King Ziza is leading the Surrogate fleet to Exdeath Castle. Really? That one guard knew that. This is Ziza, one of the four Wars of Dawn? Yep. One of my father's battle partners. This way, please. And the guard takes us inside. Please feel free to use the things in this castle as you'd like. Thank you. There's not too much in the castle here. Nothing that we can really benefit from, but we don't even have to go looking for all this treasure right now. Because some of the treasure we can't get. There's a guy blocking the way. We'll have to get that treasure much later in the game. But I might as well just get the stuff, some of the stuff here now. So we got the speed song there. It's a bard song. Increases all the party's speed. Makes them take actions quicker. We get out the back way here. And there's a spell we're going to learn back this way, but we can't use that spell. It's a time spell. It's the float spell. It's usually a white magic spell, but in this game it's a float. It's a time spell. So these people have an ancient book, but only there's half of it. Sounds like the ancient book in the ancient library. This book contains the evil deeds of Exdeath from 30 years ago. We can't allow that's not going to repeat. And TV kind of recognized that. He's like, I recall seeing a book like this somewhere else. So, looks like half the book is in the ancient library and half of the book is in Surrogate Castle. If we can only get back to the other world, maybe we can combine the books. Remember, we don't have the power of the meteorites to do that anymore. And Galuf said there's no more meteors to make the jump back. So this is like a little mini quest. We just look at the book. It begins with an S, so we gotta find the S shelf. STU, put it on that shelf. Do that for all the books. Forbidden books, look for the F shelf. Nope, not that one. Look around. Yeah, the bookshelves are all kind of messed up. Just gotta look around. Okay, there it is. F, D, F. Place it there. And then one more book. And when we do that, the lady helps us out by basically opening up a secret passage. We see there's some staircases in the back there. We don't know how to open them, but she knows where the hidden switch is. And unfortunately, every time we do this, we have to reshelf the books. So, but like I said, we're going to have to come back here just one more time. There's some treasure in that room where that old man was that we'll get, but we can't get it now, so. So here's the lady. She mentions there's a mysterious castle that makes things float, and that's the float spell. That's really important. It's not going to be important for our playthrough because we have the Geomancers, and Geomancers have that skill to not take damage from damaged tile floors. I came out from the lake up north, you know, the one surrounded by mountains. Well, a huge red eyeball suddenly appeared. It's surprised I'm even alive. Well, we can't get to that lake because it's surrounded by mountains, and here you can't fly over mountains. So, we have to find a different way to get into that lake. So there's some treasure back there, and there's crates, but say we can't get it. But we'll get it later on. But here we're gonna get this treasure, this float magic. Like I said, all characters don't take damage from damaged tiles because we're Geomancers. But a dungeon later on in the game, if you look at some of my past Fiestas where I didn't have Geomancers or a blue mage to cast float, yeah, there's one dungeon. It's really, really hard because pretty much every single tile is a lava tile that drains 50 hit points. So it basically just drains your hit points and basically uses all your potions and your high potions. It's a really annoying dungeon. Even Exdeath's Castle, the dungeon we're going to get to eventually, is very similar. But the Geomancer should make that dungeon a lot easier, thanks to that no damage. Also, that Exdeath's Castle has a bunch of trap tiles that fall beneath you. And remember, the Geomancer has that find trapped ability. So before they step on a floor that gives way, they'll notice the hole in the floor. We saved a lot of backtracking. This guy just tells us to take everything in the castle. Well, there's not much left in the castle here. We got some soldiers to talk with who will kind of tell us where we need to go. And we got some weapons and items and armor shops coming up, but none of them are really important. You don't need anything. So these guys all let us know that to the east of Exdeath's Castle, that's where the fleet is amassing. And the big ship is Ziza's flagship, and we can land the hiryuu on it. So yeah, all this stuff, the same stuff we would have found in Rugal and in Castle Bal. So don't need any of it. you might remember, I think, see that some of these things are kind of an increase for TNV there, but remember, TNV as a dancer has the ribbon equipped, and the ribbon prevents all those status ailments, so even though we'll get better headgear defensively than the ribbon, you always want to have that ribbon, because status effects, they can really ruin your day. Yeah, pretty much, you always want to have your dancer with the ribbon. Eventually some of our other characters will have the equipped ribbon ability, and we'll give them ribbons for the end game. Because toward the end game, you know, like your character gets so strong they can absorb elements and stuff like that, that a lot of times the only way that enemies can beat them is with status effects. You know, turning them to stone, charming them, and making them fight each other. So the ribbon, very, very powerful piece of equipment. So even though it doesn't give a lot of defense, protection from all those status ailments is more than makes up for the small defense. So let's head over to the big bridge. Remember, that's to the south here. We're going to fly across the big bridge, and we can't go into the castle because of the barrier we saw. But now we're going to see over to the east. Hey, there's the big fleet, Ziza's fleet. We see the big ship there. That's Ziza's flagship. And we'll land on that in the next episode. But make a save here, and take care. See you in the next one. Bye.